Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. When we are selfish means what? When we selfish, we start stinking, isn't it? But when the self becomes the Isha, then we are self-oriented. So, when we are selfish, we are somebody. See? And when we are somebody, we want something. And therefore we do something. And therefore something goes wrong. And the whole life is nothing. See? Therefore, all of us are struggling throughout life for spiritual life, religious life. And where the world exists, we just visited one lady who had something wrong with her nose, cancer, operated, perfectly all right. So she was telling, after the operation, she cannot smell anything. No smell, whether bad, dirty, good. She said when she used to cook earlier, the smell is to give the indication of the food. Now, no smell. I said this is one thing. Now let us start next step. Therefore, where is the smell existing? Is the smell in the object? Or the smell is in the organ of smell? See? A person who has no vision, for him colors and forms don't exist. And what is the world? The world is Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. The five things together is called as world. And every object of the world is solely existing in the respective sense organ. So for this lady, after the removal of her the smelling organ because of the cancer, now for her the smells don't exist. See friends, now let us trace back. The sense organs, where do they exist? They exist in the mind. See, what we see, that is a structural eye. The functional eye is different from the structural eye. And the functional eye is existing in the mind. Therefore, many times we see the people, but our mind is not behind the eyes, so we don't recognize. Therefore, objects of this world are existing in the sense organs. Sense organs are existing in the mind, and mind is an expression of consciousness. So where is the whole world? The whole world is existing in consciousness. Now again we go next step. When the colors and forms are destroyed, can anything happen to our eyes? No. See, when all the smells are removed, anything happening to the nose? No. When the eyes become blind, anything happens to the mind? No. Earlier the mind was knowing that there is a vision. Now the mind knows there is no vision. So nothing happens to the mind when any of the sense organ is out of order. One step further, Nothing happens to the consciousness if something goes wrong with the mind. So when we are wise, the consciousness illuminates the wisdom. When we are otherwise, the consciousness illuminates the foolishness. See, in Kenopanishad, it comes, Anya devatad viditad atha aviditad adi. What is the reality? So we all have the old habit of collecting the knowledge, ask him to shut up. Because they are all listening to him, what he is talking. In between, Swamiji is talking in between.
Two knowledge, Swamiji. Two knowledge. Atma and Atma knowledge.
There is a confusion. So, when the student asks, tell me the truth, what is that because of which the mind functions, the senses function, etc. The teacher says, I can't tell you. Because your way of collecting knowledge is only through the senses and the mind and the intellect. Through the senses we collect the objective knowledge. Through the mind we experience the joys and sorrows. And through the intellect we only conceive the concepts. The truth is neither objective nor any feeling of joy and sorrows, nor it is a concept. So, न तत्र चक्षुर्गच्छति न वाक् गच्छति न मनः न विद्मः न विजानीमः यथा एतद् अनुशिष्यात्. Therefore we don't know how to teach you. So the student gets disgusted. Oh God, no, don't do like that. Please tell. Then the teacher, okay, I'll tell you what my Guru told me. And see, in this Upanishad, nowhere it will be told what is the reality. And the Guru says, my Guru told me, Anyat evatad viditat atha aviditat adhi. The truth is other than the known and the unknown. What is the truth is not told. Only the language of negation. Other than the known and unknown. Then I am not clear. Then reflect on this. See? And when we start reflecting, then we come to discover that pratibodha viditam matam. Every experience that we go through is an expression of the absolute through the limitations of the relative without the absolute getting corrupted by the limitations of the conditionings. See, to come to this cognition, what is required is that all the earlier KG1, KG2 lessons of spirituality, we have to go beyond it. See, what are the KG1, KG2 lessons of spirituality? We should be good, we should help others. How long can we continue to be in KG1? See, little bit we are grown up, then we are caught up into this karma. Na karmana na praja, just now we chanted without understanding the meaning. Na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage naike amrutatvamanashuhu pareda nakam nihitam guhayam vibrajate yad yatayo vishanti vedanta vijnana sunischitarthaha sannyasa yoga yataya shuddha sattvaha te brahmalokeshu parantakale paramrutat parimuchanti sarve. See, na karmana. Karma is enough of it. See, to get out of this catch of karma, our scriptures tell us the path of devotion. A devotee is not influenced by the law of karma because he doesn't accept it. For the educated illiterates, the cause and effect is a very serious affair. See, And therefore they want to know the cause for everything. Why this is happening? This is because your karma in the last life. See, friends. So the question comes, first the bird or first the egg? The jiva has done the karma, therefore the karma phala. So whether the karma has come first without the jiva or after the jiva has come immaculate, why will he do the karma? See, it is a cycle getting in the loop. See? Therefore, to come out of this, what is told initially, you should be responsibly living in this world in such a manner that there are no deposits of regrets or frustration. I wish I should have done that. To remove that, do your job perfectly well, but don't get caught up in that. Then what is told? That yad yat karma karomi tat tadakhilam shambho tavaradhana. Every activity is offered to the Lord. See? Mat karma, mat parama karmo bhava. In the 12th chapter of Bhagavan says. First it is said, Mayi eva mana adhasva mayi buddhim niveshaya. Fix your mind and intellect in me. No, but it is very difficult for us. We are grastas. Bhagavan says, try to do abhyas. Abhyas, I can't even study. What abhyas? Okay, abhyas etpe samarthosi. Even that you cannot do. Never mind. Whatever you are doing, offer it to me. See, friends. So what is devotion? Devotion is the same lifestyle, only change in the attitude. And the change in the attitude is, I am not the doer. See, in the 5th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna clearly tells, Na kartrutvam, na karmani, lokasya srujati prabhuhu, na karma phala sayyogam, swabhavastu pravartate. Kartrutva abhiman, doership is not God's creation. Karma is not created by God. See, and therefore God is not sitting there with a laptop. He has done this thing, give this karma phala. No, swabhavastu pravartate. We all suffer because of our own doings. God has nothing to do with this. Therefore, in the next verse he says, Na datte kasyachit papam na chaivam sukrutam vibhuhu ajnane navrutam jnanam tena muyyanti jantavaha. He is not interested in our merits, nor he is interested in our sins. You do and you suffer, enjoy. Who cares? See, friends. So to come out of this catch of karma, our scriptures talk about devotion. And what is said in the devotion? A devotee has a very simple approach. Whatever is happening is God's grace. See? He is not bringing the law of karma. So whether good or bad, it is God's grace. So what is the net result? Every event, every experience will remind us of the God. See, friends. And when every experience and interaction will remind us of God, then what will happen? God will overpower our personality, and I, the small little pokey one, will be overpowered by the divine presence. Therefore, for a devotee, there is no complaint. See, a story comes where it is said that there was a king and he was approaching his death. So he told his son, the prince, to be the king, and the old king died. Now the old minister who was helping the old king, he was naturally there. There was no recession, so she was still there. And when he was there, one day it so happened, this young king was coming down the steps of the royal palace, and he tumbled in his own frock, huge one, and fell down. And he went down the staircase, and this old man had an old habit. thank God, by God's grace, everything is fine. Now this fellow has fallen down. And this he says, thank God, by God's grace, everything is fine. And he slowly goes and lifts the king. And he sees his small finger is broken completely. Again, thank God, by God's grace, everything is fine. Please get up. Now this king gets angry. Put him behind the bar. Thank God, everything is fine. Again the same thing. Thank God, by God's grace, everything is fine. He is behind the bar. Now one day the king goes for hunting, and to cut short the story, he is caught up by the Kapalikas, who offer him as a sacrifice to the mother goddess. So he is caught and given bath and all that, clothes removed and brought before the Kali Mata for the sacrifice. But before that, one has to check whether it is intact or it is broken piece. And when the king's body is seen, one finger is missing. Pandit say this cannot be offered to the mother goddess. Now he remembers the words of his minister. He comes home. What you said was right. Thank God, whatever happens is for the good. I have understood this. But I have put you behind the bar. That time also you said the same thing. What happened to you? He said, thank God. If I was not behind the bar, I would have come with you. See, friends, spiritual life is, every experience is a connection with the Absolute. Pratibodha viditam matam. See? And this happens very easily through this path of devotion. And now see, when it is karma, we all do karma. So, I am holier than thou. Karma means what? Competition. Nothing else. You will see, I enjoy teasing the people. That is my time pass. One day I went to one Iyengar's house. Iyengars are Vaishnavas of Tamil Nadu. And it is a great fun to tease people and enjoy. That is how I time pass. So one day I went to some Iyengar's house for food. And I said, Mama, please remember I don't eat chicken, fish, etc. Okay, I give me vegetarian food. Enough. Chabi. And Amma flared up. Swamiji, in our house, shoes don't enter. Nobody gets into the kitchen without taking bath. And after we enter the kitchen after taking bath, then we are cleaning that gas with all that. We do the puja, blah 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 blah, and we are not like others coming directly from the bed and starting cooking. See, we don't have bed tea and all that because holier than thou. See, friends, in karma there is always a comparison, a competition to prove that I am better than you. See, friends, it is something like relationship between or among the waves. What will be the relationship among the waves? I am better than you. And if I had to go ahead, I had to destroy you. This is one relationship which is valid on the path of karma. On the path of devotion, what is the relationship? The wave is relating herself with the ocean. Will the wave be jealous of ocean? Will the wave will like to conquer the ocean? Or the wave will like to surrender and submit to the ocean? And when the surrender and submit comes, there is no struggle. There is no fall. Therefore, there are words in Sanskrit literature, scriptures. Karma bhrashta, the one who has fallen from karma. Yoga bhrashta, the one who has fallen from yoga. There is no word like bhakti bhrashta. A devotee is never fallen. or rather he never falls, because his path is by falling on the feet of the Lord. See, friends, therefore we have to relate ourselves with the world as the world is none other than the Paramatma. See, friends, and when we have taken this attitude in our life, we have gone beyond the law of karma. See, this law of karma is a catch. That is not ultimate in life. We'll get only lost otherwise. That is why ultimately Bhagavan Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Why will he tell like this? And in this manner, when the foundation of our life is that we relate with the world as a devotee of the Lord, next thing that happens is automatically vairagya, dispassion is set in. See, in Ishavasya first mantra, Om Ishavasya sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita ma grudak kasya siddhanam. When we look upon the whole world as the Lord Himself, then we no more have the indulgent attitude towards the Lord. See, towards the Lord, what is our attitude? Is submission and service. When we are submitting and we are serving, we cannot be indulgent. Absence of indulgence is called as dispassion. And this dispassion is not under the rules and regulations. This dispassion is natural. Bhagavan Shankaracharya gives example. Whatever may be a lusty and dirty man he may be, but when he faces his own mother, he cannot have a lusty thought. In the same manner, when a person is able to look upon this whole world as the Lord Himself, there cannot be an attitude of indulgent or that we are in this world to enjoy. No. See, friends, therefore this devotion is doing twofold effect. First, our I is submitted and diluted. And the second thing is dispassion automatically sets in. When the I becomes diluted and dispassion is set in, that is called as dhatu prasadat mahimanamatmana. That is what is called as the purification of the mind. And in that purified mind, inquiry about the self naturally kindles. Now we are no more interested in the relative world. See? Because the relative world is that where there cannot be absolute solution to any problem. Once I was in England, and they told me that I was on the airport. He said, "Are you from India?" One person, Britisher, asked me. I said, "Yes, I am from India." Then he said, "Why you people are fighting unnecessarily between yourself and Pakistan?" I said, "Yes, we are like that, manufacturer's defect, This is the legacy you have given us. Earlier there was not India, Pakistan. It is you Britishers who have given us." And I said, we are the same kind of fools as the Britishers and Irelanders are fighting between each other. The same way. In the relative world, there is no solution to any problem which is absolute. See, the purpose of our life is to get out of the relative existence and discover the absolute self that we are. So when karma is no more bothering us, when we have surrendered to the Lord, when we are no more indulgent, then the last step, tyage naike amrutatva manashu. Here is a very subtle catch. Please catch it. See, when Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, renouncing everything. Now the question is, what is ours that we can renounce? Now this camera belongs to Subhash. Can I say, I have renounced this camera? I can't. It is not mine. About my camera I will never say. See? So when we are told, give up everything, the question is, what is our that we can give up? Start from our own body. Our body is not created by us. Whether we belong to the third world or the first world. Second thing, the body never listens to us. We are very intelligent people. On what ground we say, the body is I and the body is mine? It is just a notion. See? But why this notion has come? The errors have no reason. In a school, the teacher was dictating and the students were writing. And one student wrote a wrong spelling. When he wrote a wrong spelling, the teacher got angry. Why did you write wrong spelling? Who taught you? So the student is very innocent. Madam, wrong spellings are not taught. They happen. Very true. See, friends. Therefore, what is to be done? Correct. Don't go into that. Why this has happened? It has happened, now correct it. In the same manner. Don't go into that. But if we are not the body, why does everybody feel like that? On the spiritual part, majority is not the rule. It is only in the fool's paradise, in the democracy, that the majority is the rule. See? But why it has happened, don't bother about it. Now correct it. See? And when we go deeper and deeper in our understanding, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, renounce everything. See? Tyage naike amrutatva manashu. Through renunciation alone. So what is ours? That alone we can reject. That alone we can renounce. Ours is only a wrong notion. See? If we have a wrong notion, we have to correct it. So we have the following wrong notions. First notion about our identity. As to who am I? See? Second wrong notion is about the world. When we say, oh, the world is too much for me. Which world? See? Which world? Oh, no, actually, no, my wife. See? The other day, one young couple, they were brought to me by their parent or somebody. Swamiji, they got married 3 days, 4 days before. Before they go out, I want you to give them some advice. I said, Mama, it is too late. Before marriage, I can give advice. After marriage, I can only pray to the Lord. Oh Lord, please protect them from each other. See, friends. Therefore, the wrong notion about our identity, the wrong notion about what the world is, the wrong notion about what God is, and the wrong notion about what is the meaning of spiritual practice. These wrong notions require to be corrected. They are required. And this is what, let us take for example, in Panchadashi this topic comes. When I say I am old, what is the meaning of I? Body. See? Second thing, I am, I think, very unfortunate. Last life I must have done terrible sins. Therefore, in this life I got married to this lady. So, who am I? I am the Jiva, the soul, depending upon the spelling. Isn't it? S-O-L-E or S-O-U-L. So, I am the soul. And the third thing is, what is the real I? So there are three I's. The three I's of Lord Shiva are different. And the three I's of Vedanta are different. So these three I's are explained as, first is the Gaunatma. Gaunatma means the secondary I. Who is the secondary I? Secondary I is the one who is born in relation to something. See? In deep sleep, in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, this comes. In deep sleep, when we are snoring away, creating the noise pollution, that time, what are we? Brother, sister, mother, father, American, Australian, 2009, 1947, young, old, rich, poor, healthy, unhealthy, we are nobody. The moment we are identified with the body in the waking, immediately the relational eyes are born. See? So what are the relational eyes? Somebody's mother, somebody's father, somebody's wife, somebody's husband, somebody's son, somebody's daughter, somebody's in-law, somebody's outlaw. See? So all these relational eyes, they are the secondary eyes, the Gaunatma, not real. Now be very, very attentive. We all hear complaints. Swamiji, normally the mind is okay, but whenever I sit for a meditation, so terrible dirty thoughts come in my mind. I can't tolerate, imagine why dirty thoughts are coming. See? Then don't sit for meditation. No, but they say, we have to sit for meditation. Then sit for meditation. But dirty thoughts come, then what can I do? Am I sitting there? How to control? To control the mind is like a child in a chemistry laboratory was seeing the mercury in a glass bottle. And while seeing it slipped from his hand and the bottle broke and mercury came out. Now he is frightened. He wanted to collect the whole mercury, put it in a petri dish and come before the teacher scolds. So he started lifting mercury, putting it, and nothing is coming in the hand. You try million times in the same manner. Try to control your mind. I guarantee you, you will never be able to do that. There was a Mahatma, he was talking. See, if you chant Lord's name for 10 minutes without any other thought, you will have the vision of God. Yes, I can do that. What is the name? No, you have to chant Om Namah Shivaya only for 10 minutes. Okay, I'll put the clock and start. Only that, so simple, it's not difficult. So he was going. My son, please come. I have forgotten to tell you one instruction. When you are chanting the Lord's name Om Namah Shivaya, you should not think about a monkey. That is the only option. Now this Mahatma goes, it's so simple. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah. But they say Hanumanji is the avatar of Shiva. See? Why not? Anyway, he said no. Again you start from 1 minute. After 10 minutes, no other thought. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. But what the monkey has done? See, friends, don't try to control the mind. Go to the root. Now be very attentive. Whenever we are disturbed, we are always disturbed as Mr. Somebody. Just go within and find out. Whenever you are disturbed, you are somebody. Do this experiment right away. Close your eyes and become whatever I tell you. According to your gender, become husband and wife. See what thoughts come? Stop. According to gender, become mother or father. See what thoughts come? According to your gender, become the would-be husband or the would-be wife. Stop. Now, remain as Mr. Nobody. Stop. See? Wherever you have become somebody, thoughts are bound to be there. All the spiritual practice is getting rid of this gaunatma, this secondary I. But we, as a mother-in-law, you want to be happy, you can never be. See? Because mother-in-law is the brand which is born for becoming miserable. You can never be happy. So this gaunatma, this I, we have to correct. And how do we correct it? If it is because of the wrong notion, it can be corrected only by a right understanding. There is no other way. See, the sunlight is coming in this room. Can we remove the sunlight by washing the room? No. Can we remove the darkness from the room by exhaust fans? No. In the same manner, wrong notion can be corrected by a right understanding. So what is the right understanding? We all have to play various roles. When you are before your subordinate in the office, behave like a lion. When you come home, see, you have already realized. This I learned from a brigadier's house. He came and he said something to his wife. Swamiji has come, you have not given anything. You are not in the office, don't shout. No, I don't mean that. Immediately everything changes. See. So how do we get rid of this gaunatma, the secondary I? Only by one technique. Play various roles that we have to play in life. Like you are playing. You are not doing actually anything. What is the meaning of an acting? Acting means what? Which appears to be happening but nothing has happened. Example, now I am talking and you are listening. As if you are listening. See friends. So to get rid of this gaunatma, what is essential is this important principle. That we are all relationally somebody. We can't get rid of in the relative world, we have to be relational. But our relations should not overpower our absolute existence. See friends, it is so simple. And once we understand this principle, then life is a fun. This is the fundamental principle of life. When your fundas are perfect, in any field, whether mathematics, physics, chemistry or computer science, in any field, or your medicine, if your fundamentals are perfect, your life is a fun. When your fundamentals are not perfect, your life is a mental. Therefore, the word fundamental is created. This is the fundamentals of life. We are all carrying the load of somebody's. And then the parents, they think, the mothers, they think, without me, how the child will grow. See, everybody comes in this world and goes. We are just nimitta matra bhavasavyasachin. We are just an excuse. See, friends, this is our own creation. See, tyage naike amrutatva manashu. This wrong notion of this relational I, the gaunatma, has to be rejected. See, I'll tell you one example. There is a friend of mine. His son got married to somebody, and then that girl ditched him, and he was staying somewhere in US, and he was going to his work, and in the train on a regular basis, from New Jersey to New York, railways are called as Indian railways, because more than 90% of the passengers are Indians, and there you get pakoda wala, chai wala, everything. Very typical. You can go and enjoy that. So he used to go, and he came across one Filipino lady, and they became friendly each other. She was also alone with her daughter and all that. They became friendly and they wanted to get married. So this friend of mine, he said, Swamiji, you please tell him it should not happen. I said, look here, what is bottom line? You want your son to be happy or miserable? Happy. Can you be with him all the time? No. If he is happy with that lady, let him be happy. He got that daughter in dowry. No, you don't have to pay separately. It's very good. But Swamiji, if you also say like that, then to whom we should go? We have to go to Mullah. Okay, we'll get him married. They got married. And now they are so happy. See? But we get so much carried away by these non-essentials in life. Therefore, our role in our relations is only limited. Don't cross the limit. Tyage naike amrutatva manashu. Then only this relational I, the gaunatma, we have discarded. So we play our role beautifully and relax. See, let us not carry the load. How we carry the load? In one house I went. When the father came, the children, they were playing with me and they told, Swamiji, fileria has come. Now we have to go. What happened? Fileria has come? Then they told me, didn't you see that servant bringing a huge bunch of files from the office? So our daddy is bringing all the work from the office at home and he is never available to us. See, friends, play your role wherever you have to play. Don't mix up the issues in life. Never become serious on any issue. Be sincere, whatever best you can do, and relax. In Delhi, traffic signs, when the red light comes, it is not stop. It is not a blunt red light. On the red light, it comes, relax. Don't become excited, See. Now this was the relational I, gaunatma. The second is the mithyatma. Mithyatma is so gaunatma is who? Mother, father, brother, sister, wife, and whatever. Now the mithyatma is, I am young and old, so I am body. I am a sinner or a good person, I am the jiva. See? That is not our real nature. Therefore, when I say I am old body, when I say I am hungry, thirsty, I am prana. When I say I am hurt, I am mind. When I say I am successful, self-made man, I have taken my own seeds and brought myself out like an amoeba. Self-made man. See? Therefore, friends, please recognize when we say, I am miserable, go to the root about whom you are talking. See? You cannot be miserable. Neither we are happy, at least earlier we were miserable, now we cannot be miserable also. ना तो जीने की तमन्ना है, ना मरने का इरादा है. See friends, this is the mithyatma. I as a body is only a notion to tell us that we are the embodied, someone other than the body. It is only for this purpose that the law of karma is introduced in our scriptures. When it is said, whatever good or bad things we have in life is because of our earlier karma, means what? We existed independent of this present body. When we are told, if you do something good or bad, you will have to suffer in the next life, means what? We will continue to exist when the present wretched body is dropped. What is the net result? Fear from death must disappear. If the fear from death does not disappear, we are not walking the spiritual path. See friends, therefore the law of karma, the punarjanma, earlier life, present life, next life, it is only meant to bring to our cognition that our existence is independent of the present body. We are the embodied. See, my glasses are not seeing you. The eyes behind the glasses are seeing you. The eyes are not seeing you. The eye behind the eyes is seeing you. You must have seen some people have a habit of sleeping with everything open. Eyes, nose, mouth. There are some people, awakened one. We used to have one student, brahmachari. He used to sleep like that. So what we used to do, we used to take a rasagulla and put in his mouth. So when there is no mind behind the senses, senses are non-functional. See, so this I, the good or the bad person, the embodied, is other than the body. Only for this purpose, the law of karma is valid. See, it is only through the right understanding alone we can grow spiritually. See, friends, and when this I is recognized as someone other than the body, the embodied, then the last step comes. What is the last step? In the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Idam vishariram kaunteya kshetramitya vidhiyate etadyo vetitam prahuhu kshetrajna iti tadvidaha kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Hey Arjun, our body is a kshetra, a place for harvesting the results of our karma, and embodied is the kshetrajna, and the kshetrajna is not one per head, but there is one reality which is expressing through all the heads. Therefore, the jiva, one per head, it is only a method of bringing to our cognition that the embodied is called as jiva. But then what is the nature of the jiva? That is never inquired into. It is here we get caught up into the wheel of karma. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. It is something like this. In a class, example was given to the children. And you please solve the example. What are the example? There are 3 buckets of milk. Very good. One bucket has got 2 liter milk, second has got 5 liter milk, third got 9 liters milk. The first bucket has 3% fat, the second has 5% fat, the third has 7% fat. When all the 3 bucket milk is mixed together, what will be the average percentage of fat per liter? Start doing. You have no milk, no bucket, only figures. Simple. Start. Suppose the average percentage of fat per liter in the milk will be X. Very good, you know. Then you submit that answer book like that. Will you get marks? Then what I have to do? Now you establish the value of X. In the same manner, we are the Jiva, agreed. But what is Jiva? Find out. This inquiry into who is the Jiva, who is doing sin and merit. Is he a reality or it is an illusion? It is here we enter the postdoctoral area. See friends, who is the Jiva? Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhirastatra namuhyati. The child's body was supported by I. As a child, I behaved childish. Then the child's body was completely rejected. Then the body was teenage body. Then I started making lot of noise. Then the teenage body also died. Then I became not very old. Then that body also was discarded. Then I became old. That body also discarded. Now though I have become really very, very old. Now so many bodies have changed. In so many bodies, there was a child, there was a teenager. Now who is our correct identity? The one which is ever present or the one which appeared in a particular condition? See friends, anything which requires a particular set of conditions for appearance is an illusion. It is not real. Mirage waters we never say at night. There was a bluff master and he was telling, यार एक रात को मैं जा रहा था, इतना वहाँ मिराज वाटर आया. It is a bluff. Mirage waters can be seen only when the sun rays are hitting the earth perpendicular, not otherwise. As we cannot see the rainbow in the noon, we cannot see the in mirage waters in the evening. We require a particular set of conditions. Now multiply this example. Colors and forms are existing because of the eyes. How do you know there are colors and forms? Because we can see them by our eyes. How do you know that your vision is okay? Because they can see colors and forms. Suppose there is no color and form, pitch darkness. Can you establish your vision? No. So colors and forms are established because of the eyes, and eyes are established because of the colors and forms. There is a mutual dependence. This mutual dependence is an illusion. In the same manner, this jiva that we talk about, it is just a phenomena. See? conscious blissful existence expressing through any body as mind, thereafter enlivening that body, that enlivening phenomena is called as jiva. It is not a vyakti, it is not an individuality, it is the abhivyakti, it is the manifestation, it is a phenomenon. See, friends, when a student studies in medical college anatomy, he studies the anatomy on a dead body. But is that anatomy limited only to that body? It is for all the bodies. In the same manner, expression of conscious existence through any body, and by that expression as a mind, the body becomes enlivened. In the dead body and in the living body, in both the places, conscious existence is equally present. In the living body, conscious existence is able to manifest in the form of mind, therefore their body becomes enlivened. In the dead body, conscious existence is there, but is unable to express as mind, therefore the body is dead. Can you give some example? Yes, there are two bulbs side by side. One is putting out light, other is not putting out light. What is the reason this bulb is fused? But does it mean that there is electricity behind both the bulbs? Yes. I can't believe. Do the experiment. Remove the fuse bulb and put your fingers. See, the light will come out of you. So what was the problem? Problem was not in the electricity. She is present everywhere. But the bulb was not capable of expressing the electrical energy as light, is it not? In the same manner, there is but one consciousness expressing through all the bodies. Therefore, when one bulb fuses, will anything happen to electricity? When one bulb fuses, will anything happen to the light in other bulbs? Therefore, when a bulb fuses, nothing happens. Is it not the truth? When I die, nothing happens. How? When I was not there, was there any loss to the world? Was there any lacuna? No. When I will die and go, will the world be lacking anything? No. This is the story of every one of us. Therefore, our presence is also uncalled for. But we imagine, without me, how the world will move. See, friends, come to cognize that this jiva is nothing but expression of the absolute through the limitations of the panchakoshas. And it is just a phenomena. See? And depending upon the gadgets, the expressions are different. When electricity expresses through bulb as light, through the fan as a movement, through the heater as heat, through the radio as noise. See? In the same manner, same consciousness expressing through the man's body, dadi. See? Through the woman's body, makeup. Through the cow, milk. Through the cobra, poison. Because of that, there is no problem for the conscious existence. See, friends. Now become more subjective. Is it not? It is the same mind. Through the eyes expressing as vision. The same mind expressing through the ears as the hearing ability. the same mind in the stomach as the digestion ability, the same mind in the kidney as the purification ability. Mind is the same. This one conscious, blissful, infinite reality is the ultimate truth. That is Mukhyatma. That is the primary self. Then we come to appreciate what Gaudapadacharya said, na nirodho na cha utpatti, na baddho na cha sadhakaha, na muktaha na mumukshurvai, ittesha paramarthata. There is nobody bound, nobody liberated, nothing is created, nothing is lost. There is but one absolute truth, immaculate, undisturbed. Like the gross space supports the four elements but never disturbed by any one of them. Similarly, the eyes support all the colors and forms but never influenced by any color and form. The ears illuminating all kinds of sounds but never influenced by any sound. The mind supporting all kinds of thoughts but not influenced by any thought. Ultimately, one conscious reality supporting all the forms of animate and inanimate world and yet uninfluenced by life or inertia. That is the ultimate truth. To come to live that as our essential nature is walking the spiritual path. So, tyage naike amrutatva manashuhu. If the notions are born out of error, it cannot be corrected by any other method, only by evaluating the notion. Our present notion is I am body. Is this notion valid? If we are agreeing intellectually, now let us practice to be experiencing that. See, friends, then what will happen? We will no more live as the body, but we will live through the body. When we will live through the body, the limitations of the body will never be our lot. See, yesterday we went to some place, Newcastle, near the waterfront we were standing. And there were so many boats there. So there were two persons and others were doing something. So I said, hey, once it so happened, I went to some place and there was a boat. We were, sitting in the boat, a very rough sea. So according to the boat, we were also dancing, moving and all that. Finally, we came on the beach. The boat was in the water, we came on the beach. After we came on the beach, I continued doing like this thing, So my friend said, Swamiji, kya ho gaya aapko? Why are you doing like this thing? I said, see, the boat is moving, therefore we were moving earlier also. But now you are not in the boat. Oh, thank God, I never realized that. In the same manner, as long as we are identified with our body, till then only this waking world and the problems and the achievements and the failures of the waking world, they are real. The moment we come to recognize that we have a freedom to live through the body and no more live as the body. Invocation of that freedom in our life, 24 hours, is living in meditation. That is our freedom. But if we do not accept our own freedom and become miserable and frustrated and then get lost in the argument. But our scripture told, that in the last life he was so and so, in the next life he will be so and so, then you keep on getting birth. That is all a prakriya, that is a method of communication, that is a method of teaching. See, in the where I was in Melbourne probably, there was very sweet small girl, very bright. So she had, that one kind of gadget where there are 10 tens balls, wooden balls. Then she has to count 1, 2 up to 100. I said, hey, how you will count 200? Oh, it is very easy. How? She said, see, from here to here, 10. Isn't it? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. In one. Again, 20, 30, 100. See, 2 times I counted 200. Now, after that child has gone to, let us say, MSc, then if that child has to do mathematics, will you say, oh, Liana jara, I don't know. As a child, when the child is using those things for counting, it looks beautiful. But when you are a grown-up person, will you continue to carry in your back? No. In the same manner. These are the stages. So earlier life, this life, papa, punya, dharma, adharma, is enough. We can't continue to be in KG1, KG2 throughout life. We have to graduate. No, but I like KG1 very much. Why? The miss is very good. So how many 30 years I want to be there? She will also become 30 years old. Oh God, no, she should not become. See, friends, in this manner, these 3 Atmas, the Gaunatma, the Mithyatma and the Mukhyatma. Now we have 3 options, What do you want to be? Gaunatma, Mithyatma or Mukhyatma? अपने लिए गौणात्मा ठीक है. Suffer throughout life. See, one father was telling me, USA, California. I went to his house for food, 12 o'clock, 12:30. I said, hey, where is your son? Swamiji is in his room, go and see. So I went, because they ordered, you have to obey, because you have to take food. So I went there. And when I saw that fellow, he was in Bhujangasana, in a, diagonally sleeping, a huge structure, 6 plus and 4 plus, like that. So I thought he must be ill, so I came out. I said, is he not well? He was sleeping. Swamiji is not that, he is all right. He is always like that. He is, I don't know what to do with him. Then I knew my lunch is going to be spoiled. So I immediately changed the topic. खाने में क्या बनाया? If you want to be happy in this world, learn the technique of changing the topic quickly. So, Swamiji, see, he is such a terrible one. When I was back home, when my father comes in my room, I used to run to other room. Now it is the other way around. When he comes in my room, I run. What is my life? I said, you are born to run. First because of the son, now because of the first because of the father, now because of the son. Run, oh run. That is the only purpose of your life. Keep on running. Why we make ourselves miserable? Don't become miserable because of anything or anybody. See, I was telling Subhash just before coming, I was replying some emails. One email came from one girl, Radhika. I don't know who is she, where is she? Nowhere I have seen her. So she said, Swamiji, now I am extremely emotionally choked up while writing. The tears are flowing from my eyes as I am typing this email to you. But I want to thank you million times that you have completely changed my life. I am happy, I have no complaints, and I promise you that I will never be miserable. And what she is doing? She is only listening the online talks which are on the justbehappy.org. I have never seen her. So what I have done? Nothing. Then I wrote her, it's not me, because you are ready and capable of changing yourself. See, sadhurevassa mantavyah samyak vyavasito hi saha. He who has taken a firm resolve that I have to change, not the world. And the moment we take this step, you will see that there is no problem of any kind in this world. The real problem is ourselves. So where will you run away? Wherever you go, there you are, the source of all the problems. So change yourself. And change is what? Only wrong notions are to be discarded. First wrong notion about the Gaunatma, second wrong notion about the Mithyatma, and come to discover the Mukhyatma that thou art. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.